Imagine a moment before time itself. Before space and matter, before the stars lit up the sky, before the very idea of before and after even existed. How did the universe begin? Where did everything come from? Or more profoundly, why is there something rather than nothing? This question has haunted humanity across cultures and ages. From ancient myths and sacred texts to modern physics and philosophy, the search for an answer has shaped how we see the cosmos and ourselves. Philosopher Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz once posed the question, why is there something rather than nothing? It remains one of the most profound and unsettling mysteries of existence. Modern science tells us a dramatic story, the Big Bang. Nearly 13.8 billion years ago, everything, the whole of space and time, all matter and energy, erupted from a state smaller than an atom. But if time itself began then, does it even make sense to ask what happened before? As Stephen Hawking famously put it, asking what came before the Big Bang is like asking what lies north of the North Pole. The question itself dissolves. And yet the human imagination refuses to stop there. Across science, religion, and philosophy, we keep returning to the same puzzle. If the universe had a beginning, what set it in motion? And if it didn't, how can we understand a cosmos without origin? This journey will take us across three great landscapes of thought: modern physics, religious cosmology, and Western philosophy. Each offers a different lens on the mystery of beginnings. Together they paint a richer, more human portrait of our endless search for origins. So let us step into the silence before the first dawn, into the vast stillness before light and shadow, before time began to flow. And in that stillness, imagine the first spark, the birth of the universe. Picture a quiet summer night in the countryside. A father and his young son lie on a bamboo mat in the yard, gazing up at the stars. The boy, just 8 years old, turns to his father and asks, "Dad, before the stars were here, what was there? How did the universe begin?" The father smiles softly, remembering he once asked his own father the same question. He points to the sky. Well, in the Bible it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light." The boy's eyes widen, picturing a divine hand scattering the stars across the sky. Then he frowns. "But what do scientists say?" The father sighs, watching a shooting star streak across the darkness. "Scientists say the universe began with a huge explosion, the Big Bang. Everything was packed into one tiny point and then it exploded, creating the stars and planets you see now." The boy nods but still looks puzzled. "A big explosion? But what was it exploding in? And who made it explode?" The father hesitates. These are tough questions, even for philosophers and physicists. He chuckles, then says, "Some say there was nothing before the Big Bang, not even before. Time itself began with that explosion. Kind of like how, before you were born, for you there was no time yet." The boy tilts his head. "But if there was nothing, how could something just appear? And if God made it, then where was God before that?" The night deepens. Crickets sing in the dark. The father hugs his son gently. That's the mystery. People have asked these questions for thousands of years. Maybe one day you'll help find the answer. The boy smiles sleepily, but his eyes still shimmer with wonder. That small, innocent exchange captures the heart of humanity's eternal quest. It is not just scientists in labs or monks in monasteries. It's every child who has ever looked up at the stars and asked, "Where did all this come from?" Modern physics. In the 20th century, astronomers discovered the universe is not static, but expanding. Galaxies are racing away from each other, as if space itself is stretching. Run the clock backward, and about 13.8 billion years ago, everything collapses to a singularity, a state of unimaginable density and heat. This is the Big Bang. In that first instant, space and time themselves were born. Matter and energy burst forth in a cosmic firestorm. For hundreds of millions of years, the universe was a soup of particles until the first stars and galaxies ignited. Even now we can detect the faint glow of that primordial fire, the cosmic microwave background, the ancient light that still fills the sky. But the Big Bang leaves us with haunting questions. What came before? Some physicists argue that question makes no sense, because time itself began at the Big Bang. As Hawking said, it's like asking for a point north of the North Pole. And yet others imagine bold alternatives. Perhaps the universe is cyclical, expanding and collapsing over and over. And perhaps our universe is just one bubble in a vast multiverse, with countless others expanding alongside it. Or perhaps it all emerged from a quantum fluctuation in a vacuum that was never truly empty. These ideas remain speculative, but they show the human mind cannot resist peering beyond the horizon of time. Religious cosmology. Long before telescopes, humanity told stories of creation. In Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, God creates the world out of nothing, creatio ex nihilo, with a word, let there be light. For believers, the universe has a beginning because God willed it so, and God himself exists beyond time. In the Hindu tradition, the universe breathes in cycles. Brahma creates, sustains, and destroys the cosmos in endless ages. A cosmic egg cracks open to bring forth heavens and earth. In Buddhism, there is no single first moment, only endless cycles of formation, decay, and rebirth. The Buddha emphasized impermanence. Even universes rise and fall, reminding us to release our clinging and live mindfully in the present. Western philosophy. Ancient thinkers wrestled with origins too. Aristotle believed the universe was eternal, but required a prime mover to set everything in motion. Plato imagined a divine craftsman, a demiurge, bringing order to chaos. Centuries later, Thomas Aquinas fused Aristotle's thought with Christian theology, identifying the prime mover with God. Yet modern science complicates these old debates. If physics can describe how the universe emerged naturally, perhaps from quantum laws themselves, does that remove the need for a creator? Hawking argued that because of laws like gravity, the universe could create itself from nothing. Others caution that even this leaves deeper questions untouched. Why are there laws of physics at all? Why is there something rather than nothing? As Einstein famously said, science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. Perhaps both perspectives are needed. Logic and wonder, equations and awe, to approach the truth of beginnings. From this exploration, three insights shine through. Impermanence. The universe itself is a teacher of change. Stars live and die, galaxies collide, entire cosmic structures dissolve. Nothing, no matter how vast, is eternal. Buddhism calls this anicca, impermanence. Understanding it helps us let go, live fully in the moment, and stop clinging to illusions of permanence. Humility and compassion. Compared to a cosmos 13.8 billion years old and unimaginably vast, each of us is smaller than a speck of dust. Yet we are connected to everything. The atoms in our bodies were forged in ancient stars. As Carl Sagan said, we are made of star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself. This realization humbles us and inspires compassion. If we all share the same cosmic origins, then every life is precious, every being worthy of care. Wisdom and right action. Reflecting on origins forces us to ask how we should live. In Buddhist terms, this means cultivating right view, seeing reality as it is, interconnected and impermanent, and right action, choosing kindness, mindfulness, and responsibility in how we live. We may not control the universe's fate, but we can shape our brief moment within it with wisdom and love. So, how did the universe begin? Science offers big bangs and multiverses. Religion offers creators and cycles. Philosophy offers prime movers and questions of existence. None of these answers is final. Perhaps they never will be. But maybe the real wonder lies not in reaching the answer, but in the search itself. From children staring at the night sky to scientists probing the edge of time, humanity's quest binds us together across centuries and cultures. The question, what came before time, may remain a mystery. Yet in asking it, we discover something just as important: humility, wisdom, and the courage to wonder. So the next time you gaze at the stars, remember you are part of this great story. A fleeting but precious moment in the 13.8 billion-year adventure of the cosmos. And perhaps, in the silence of the night, you too will feel a glimpse of that mystery, the stillness before time, where the universe began.